Hello, Steel Built Jim back here again. I've been asked about good home workouts, and especially if you're on a budget and you don't have a whole lot of money to buy dumbbells or to spend in the gym. So today we're going to talk about bands, and I'll talk about the different types of bands, and then I'm going to show you just how many things for like the upper body I can do with the bands. So the first one is kind of like this belt looking one. Not a huge fan of these. I've seen a lot of people online wrap them around their legs and start doing squats and doing stuff like that. Not a huge fan of that. Because when I'm trying to do a squat, I'm not trying to push and force my legs outward to hold that tension or to keep that. Maybe they think they're getting a great workout, but if they did a little bit more work, a little more weight, a little more reps, they would probably get the same thing. This one is kind of a cheaper model. Um, These, when they get older, they will snap on you, they will fray, they will bend, they will break. So you gotta keep watch of what they look like, unless you like giant welds. Um, when I was younger, I used to try to do whatever I could with these, and like I remember one time I'm trying to do shoulder presses, and one just snaps and just leaves a welt down the whole length of my back. So these are a cheap alternative, but you can see like there's a knot here that's just holding it on. They're cheap for a reason. They're cheaply made and they're not super high quality. The second one is similar to that one, but this one's braided. Now sometimes you'll see the braided ones where there's only like two. This one is actually four braids. So I've had this one for many years and it's never frayed on me, it's never broken. I've never had any issue with this one. So I can get a great workout with this without worrying about it, and it's relatively cheap, like I would say $15 to $20. This one's a little more pricey, but much higher quality. The tube is much thicker. There's a grommet in here, a rubber grommet. There's some metal in there that holds that in there. This one I've had for probably a year or two now, and I really get a great workout. So for me, a lot of times when I'm using the tubes, I think I get a better pump than I do sometimes with the weights, but I don't feel the strength increasing, and I don't feel a lot of the other stuff like that that I can do with that. Um, this one's great because one of the things is you can find these metal ones. Sometimes they're attached to that rubber tubing, which always ends up ripping it off because your metal is always going to be stronger than that rubber tubing that you're using. These ones are not. The handles are great. I've used these a lot of times. Really comfortable to use. You can get a great exercise, great workout with it, and not spend a whole lot of money. And again, these are probably very similar. The tubes are a little more expensive, and you do have to buy the handles and the tubes separately. But it's a much more quality item, and these will last you a whole lot longer. There's these stretchy ones as well. I find those are really good for rehab, but as they age, they'll rip and tear apart and break on you, which is not a whole lot of fun. So this is just my home ottoman. So if I'm at home and I don't have a bench, I can use this as a bench. I'll show you. I can pretty much do whatever I want to do as far as pressing. So I can bench with this. I can do flies. I can do a chest press. There's a ton of different variations I can do this. I can get in here and do some tricep exercises, a little impromptu skull crusher. I can do all kinds of shoulder stuff. Let's move to the back. If you have a banister, I can wrap these around the banister. I can use that to get a good row going. If I have like a pull-up bar that you could just, those cheap pull-up bars that you can buy at any box store work great for this. You just attach it to your doorway. This I'm going to use here. And now I can do pull downs. I can do it this way. I can do it this way. I can stand up. I can get a tricep workout in. Push downs. More like a dip. I can work my shoulders. I can do an upright row. I can do a press. I can do a press this way. I can do shoulder flies this way. There's a ton of different things I can do. Biceps, biceps here, here, here. Hammer curl, reverse curl. It's really endless the things that I can do with this, with just these tubes. I didn't find a whole lot of use for them as far as legs go. I mean, you can do kind of squats with them, but to be honest with you, you're not really getting any resistance, and you're better off just doing um, your body weight movements on that one. So, any questions on that? Feel free to comment, and I will try to answer them. But bands are a great, cheap way to get a great exercise, and it's going to last you a while if you buy a quality band. And so our scripture today is Matthew 5:16. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. So one way that if we're trying to spread Christianity, that we can spread it without having to preach to anyone, without having to say anything, is just keep showing up in people's lives and being the best human being that you can be. Meet them where they are, even if it's just listening. Sometimes when people are down in the dumps, all they really need is that person to show up and listen to what they have to say. They don't always need you to fix it. They just need a person to show that they care and that they're willing to be there. I think we're going to call it at this point. Thank you for showing up. Thank you all for all my subscribers. Please, anything that you guys want to see, anything that you want to see me do, put it in the comment section. And as always, for Steel Built Gym, have a great day and let God be your guide.